right, guys, what up? We are live. Ultimate PC builds, Saturday night. We got a good one tonight. Everyone got their drinks. Unfortunately, I got really watered down drink. All my IPAs were gone. So I'm going to have to drink some unfortunate Coors Light, but oh well. How's the audio out there, everyone? Give me a thumbs up. Everyone can hear me good? Cool. All right, so might as well just get started here, assuming everything is good. This is Ultimate PC Builds. This is episode 4, so we're 4 episodes deep. I'm loving it. Hopefully we can keep this up once a week. Keep talking with a PC modder or someone who just has an awesome build. I'd love to sit down and chat and talk about your sweet build or builds, and then while looking at pictures. And just love the live interaction, so we can get some real talk and ask how they did things, what kind of specs they're using, why they did this, why they did that. I love the live interaction just because of that, and also because people can also in the chat ask questions and stuff too. So I think that's pretty cool. So feel free, if you're in the chat, feel free to ask any questions. Also, if you're watching this after the fact, you can also ask the questions down in the comments too, and we'll try and pay attention to those comments and answer anything that pops up. So, all right, guys, this one's going to be awesome. For those of us who are on, well, it's Saturday night here, Sunday morning to Corey and some other people in the chat, and also the guy I'm talking to right now, Devin from TekRed Mods. Let's pop him in here. Let's get him in, and it looks like, what up, Devin? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Ryan? Pretty good.
Good. Sunday morning for you, and you're still cracking a beer, right? Cheers.
I got nothing going on today.
Nice. Except for this. This is pretty much the main event, so that's good. Nice.
6 o'clock somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So I'm excited to talk about your build today. You obviously, for those who don't know, you make some amazing builds. The first one we're going to be taking a look at is, Project Killstreak. You killed it with this build. Won an award let's just jump right into it, I guess. So you won an award with this build right here, the Project Killstreak. What category did you win in this?
It's the build.gg build of the month contest. They have them pretty much monthly.
Nice.
And like when I think about it, I'll forget most of the times, but like this time, I was like, I'll just throw Killstreak up and see what happens. I didn't think anything of it. Like I was like after the first day of entering, I think I was up to in the top 10, and then I just stayed around 4th and 5th the whole time, and then the last there was a day left, and I went and checked, and I was in first place, and I was like, what? Yeah. So
definitely worth it. I mean, not worth it, but definitely. I mean, look at that thing. That thing's a beast. That thing's awesome.
Yeah, but a lot of people, there's a lot of people out there that's just they like the clean, simple look.
Yeah.
And I kind of go over the top on some stuff, but
yeah, no, I think it's worth it because, I mean, yeah, the clean, simple look, we can all build those PCs and stuff, but I think it's kind of fun. As I get more into modding, if I haven't done as much as you guys and a lot of people on the chat here, but as I, want to get more into this, man, it's definitely take a lot of inspiration from a lot of you guys, and so hopefully to get better and better. How long did this build take you?
From the 3D design portion to actually completing, I think probably about 5 to 6 months.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how long does it take for you? What do you do? What do you start with? Do you have an image in your head, kind of like how you want to do this, and then put it down in like AutoCAD, or what do you use to throw it down in a 3D render?
The 3Ds, I use Fusion 360 because luckily I'm doing college. Being in Japan, I got to do it online, but I'm doing college right now, so Fusion 360 for students is free for 4 years, so I get a lot of time to play around with that for free.
That's awesome.
So
nice.
I've been a buddy of mine, Soren. Yeah, he does some amazing renders and stuff, and he's helped me a lot with Fusion 360. And so, you know, luckily I was able to find this case. It wasn't like the exact uh, 3D rendering or 3D model of the case, but it was close enough. I found it on GrabCAD for free, so
Nice.
I threw it in Fusion and just started playing around
Yeah, it turned out
and went from
amazing.
there.
Yeah, Soren's actually gonna be coming on here pretty soon. I think he has. What does he have? Another build he's finishing up or something like that. But yeah, he'll be on.
And
We'll have him on here soon.
we actually collaborated with the build you see behind me, Halo.
Oh yeah.
He actually designed the 3D model of the entire Antec Torque case, like from scratch. So
Nice.
and like and help designed a lot of the parts, like most of the parts on there.
That's awesome.
Like he like I think that's what he does for a living,
So
3D designs and stuff. So
that's pretty cool. That's good to know. I'll probably give him a shout. Soren, need some help. Cool. So we were chatting a little bit before we started the stream here, and do you want to just dive right into it? Because guess what? The next picture is, hey, dude, why didn't you water cool your GPU? What the hell, man?
yeah, so this build, Gigabyte actually reached out to me, because they reached out to a few modders, I believe, for like to build the 30 series or something. It's like some event they had. So they sent like the 3080s to different modders to do a mod around the GPU, and they requested that I not actually put a water block on it because they wanted to showcase the shroud.
Makes sense.
So I mean, the whole point of the build was for the GPU, so it wouldn't make any sense to water block it and it makes it look like every other GPU out there
Yeah,
with
exactly.
a water block on it.
Yep, I hear you. That would explain that.
For this build, I think, like, I don't know, it fits the build perfect. I think, like, I would have loved to maybe like painted the black on the shroud and maybe the fans and like have it fit the theme, but as you can see with the motherboard and the GPU, I tried to leave those stock to kind of showcase the hardware.
Yeah, looks good.
And that is a huge card. I recommend anyone like planning to get that card, make sure you measure your case, because
I think's a beast.
like it blew me away how big the card is.
I know some of these cards, like I got a 3090 and it's just like boom, sucker's like, yeah, it's a monster, it's a beast. Just see if I can fit it in there.
I got the 3090 Strix here right beside me, and like it's just as big.
Nice, cool. So let's actually, usually what I like to do is shout out the specs here real quick. So let's do specs on this bad boy. Let's see here once. Hold on, let me bring that up. Come on. Boom, boom, boom. Let's refresh that. And let's do specs here. All right, so Project Killstreak. So the case is the Cougar Conquer, and then you have the Aorus Z490, a Waterforce Xtreme, and then the Intel i9 10900K, the Aorus RTX 3080 Xtreme, the Aorus RGB RAM 32 gigs, 3600 megahertz, and the Aorus M.2 2 terabyte, and then you're cooling it with some Bitspower fittings and all that stuff. And then also, is that all the tubes too?
Correct. It's
cool.
All acrylic tubing.
Nice.
Bitspower.
Cool. And then do they have did you frost that, or is it they have a frost? Because Bitspower, they have all kinds of different colors and stuff. I haven't used any of their color tubing yet.
They do. Matter of fact, like one of the builds that we're going to be talking about, I actually used the black acrylic tubing in as well. But
yeah,
no, they don't have frosted tubing, unfortunately.
Cool.
And so I frosted that myself.
Nice. What do you do for the process of that? Just sandpaper?
Well, I tried a lot of different techniques, and sandpaper, what it does, like it'll leave little grooves in the tube, and so you run into issues with leaking. No, like I'll tape up the ends where the O-rings usually sit, and I hit it with matte clear coat.
Nice.
And I mean, as you can see, like it turns out amazing. It looks even better in person.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, these pictures
But
can't do justice with probably. So that's why you're going to need to come to my house to show me this build. So go ahead.
or better yet, you come to Japan.
Yeah, exactly. I think we said that earlier. Like, you pay for the flight. I'm happy to come.
Yeah, you sound like you got more money than I do.
No, I'm broke. Cool. And then so it looks like so you even what kind of 3D printer do you have? Because a lot of these parts are 3D printed, right?
Yes. I have a CR10,
Okay.
like the original, and I have a Labis, like I think it's the ET4. I think that's what it's called. Like there's I think it's T4. It's the smaller, so you know for small parts it works great, but like
Nice.
a lot of my larger parts, I'll use the CR10.
Cool. James Turley asks how much it weighs. Did you ever weigh this beast?
Nope, I haven't weighed it, but like I would think probably around 30 pounds maybe.
Yeah, that thing looks burly. Cool.
Like the case alone doesn't weigh that much, but the motherboard, like that thing is got some weight to it, and I think that's where the majority of the weight comes from.
Yeah. Do you so it looks like do you airbrush too a lot?
Actually, like I used to do a little airbrushing, but this is the first time I've ever like did this technique with the rivets and stuff. Like I've
Yeah,
seen
how'd you
it
do that?
done. I've seen it done, and I always wanted to try it. And a lot of people that I watched online, like they have like this little plastic stencil with the circles cut out, and they'll do each rivet like individually. And I
Oh
was like,
man.
I was like, screw that. Like there's
Yeah.
so what I did, I have a Cameo 3, I think.
Okay.
Just the I don't even know what you call it. Just you make like vinyl stickers and stuff. So
Yeah.
what I did is like I designed just like a row of circles
Oh yeah.
and cut that out on
The vinyl.
on the vinyl,
Yeah.
and just laid it down and did like 10 rivets at a time.
Yeah, that sounds like way better than doing one at a time. Just, I want to get a vinyl cut or two where, yeah, you just do that and then you just lay that down and then it's like a stencil.
Yeah, it worked out. Well, the lines I actually just did masking tape, but like for the actual rivets, and like I was using a crappy airbrush. Like I went to the store because I didn't have a good airbrush, because I sold all mine when I came back to Japan, and so I went to the store and picked a cheap one. It wasn't even a grabby fit. It was like one with the little bucket underneath, and like it was just giving me troubles. And like the actual highlights on the rivets, I actually did that with a paintbrush.
Oh, really?
Because, like that, yeah, because that airbrush just sucked. Since then, though, I actually purchased a few decent airbrushes. So
Nice. Yeah, I'll eventually probably get an airbrush one of these days and dive right in, but I still need to get a lot of stuff. So you're buying me a 3D printer, right? Right, you're buying me a 3D printer. You're buying me the airbrush. What else? Probably a vinyl cutter. Why don't we throw in a vinyl printer while we're at it too? So where I can just custom print my own vinyl stickers. Those are cheap. Those probably a couple $1,000, $10,000. So
that's like something I'd really like to have.
yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. But that's probably like one of the last things. So probably end up. Who knows?
And for the like, since we're on this picture, the logos, like they're actually painted on as well.
Cool.
I just cut out a stencil and used like the negative part,
and
just I took some
paint
silver paint that I had on a like a rag, and like brushed it across to kind of give it like a brush look, and then I just did like some shadows inside to make it kind of look like it's stamped in.
Sweet.
Turned out pretty decent.
Oh yeah, turns out awesome. Where do you get your cables from?
Those cables were actually Mainframe Customs.
Cool.
They do an amazing job. They've helped me out on a few builds now.
Nice. Have you ever thought about making your own cables?
I actually do.
Oh, you do?
Are they on some builds? Yeah.
Are they a pain in the ass?
Oh yeah. Like my fingertips always get burned.
Thought about doing it because the more builds I'm gonna be doing, I always like you have to have the color coded cables with it, and so I thought about making my own cables, but everyone's like, oh, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But I suppose Gotta jump into it, I guess.
Well, for like, you know, extensions is pretty easy, but
Yeah. The full length.
for full length cables,
Yeah.
you got to do the pin outs, and
Oh yeah.
it gets a little annoying. Like sometimes, like there's been a few where I actually took the stock cables apart and actually I like sleeve those
Nice.
to make custom cables. But
cool. Let's see here one. So it's got a frosted glass here too. Basically, you just frosted that glass too in the front.
it's yeah, frosted acrylic.
Yep. Nice.
Basically the same method. I hit that with like 400, like wet sanded it down, and hit it with the matte clear.
Nice.
And like, the matte, like it's just spray paint. Like the matte clear spray paint is like works better than anything I've tried, and I've tried a lot of different techniques to get like a good frosted acrylic.
Nice. It's a good tip. And what about the fan covers you got here? The orange, are those 3D printed?
Those are.
Nice. Those are awesome.
Also, yeah, you can actually get those for free. This has nothing to do with Thermaltake, but like the 3D makers on the Thermaltake's website, they have a bunch of different fan covers that you can download for free.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. 3D printed the missiles on top and everything. That looks really cool.
Right. Like I was searching online, trying to find some missiles like that. Well, I didn't have to design them, but
yeah,
it took me all of 5 minutes to like design all of them.
Yeah.
And like the FMSI, like people wondering what that was. It's
yeah.
One of my buddies here in Japan, like he has like a little like a YouTube, or not YouTube, but Instagram channel, or like a branding FMSI. And we were drinking one night, and he was like, "Hey man, it'd be pretty cool if you put like FMSI on the missile." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." So I did it.
That's awesome.
And the 0714 was like the postal code, and then the 1 was like a serial number, I guess, like 1.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it worked out. Like nobody knows what FMSI is but me and him.
Yeah.
But
nice little inside, little thing that you added to the build. That's awesome. Sweet. As we're looking through some pics here, Rodimus says, I need to find you on Twitter and share my latest build with you. So you're basically just TekRed Mods on Twitter, right? All one word?
TekRed Mods, yeah.
TekRed Mods. T-E-K.
TekRed, like, I don't. A lot of people ask me about the name. I figured it'd be a good time to explain. But
what is it with the name?
When I was stationed in North Carolina, I was on a bike team, and when they give you like your road name, like it's just a nickname kind of based off your personality. And like I was always tinkering with stuff, fixing electronics and fixing bikes and stuff, so they gave me the nickname Tech as a road name, and
nice.
TK, and it kind of stuck.
Nice.
And I had a painting business in Georgia for a little while called Tech Customs, and then I sold that when I came to Japan. So when I started an Instagram for like for the builds and stuff, I was like, oh, what can I name? And like, so I was thinking about it, and so I was like Tech Redesign, but that's just kind of like too long, so I just abbreviated it TekRed Mods.
Yeah, I like that. Kind of nice little short, sweet. Rodimus said he just tweeted you, twatted you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So yeah, looks awesome there. Yeah, excellent job on this beast. It's pretty sweet. How was it trying to get all those tubes at a perfect 45-degree angle, all 3 of them? Up top
actually, like I actually had to redo it because
oh, yeah.
like I got a little bit of a OCD, like A+ syndrome or something. That's what my wife says. But
you're like me, yeah.
Yeah, like the first motherboard they sent me, like completely died. Like I was having issues with the Bitspower fans that I had originally had in there.
Yeah.
And they were like the daisy chain style, and like it just wasn't showing up in the BIOS. I couldn't set fan speeds, adjust the curves or anything. And so like, and I kept like playing around with stuff, and then the motherboard just completely died. It wasn't getting any power, like the Q flash or the reset CMOS button on the back wasn't even lighting up. Like nothing was
Oh, really?
happening. So yeah, Orr sent me a new motherboard, so I had to take everything out. Like all that tinkering with it, I guess something got unaligned because I had to take the radiator out and change the fans too, and something must have got off because like the tubes, like they wasn't quite lining up like they were.
Yeah.
So like completely redone all the tubes.
Oh man.
But it was a pain trying to, like, it was a tight fit, especially trying to get around that GPU.
I'm sure. Do you assume you hand bend those tubes?
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, like, I have manuals and stuff, but like most everything I do is just eyeball it.
Cool. All right, guys. Do we have any other questions about Project Killstreak here? Looks like we're already rolling into Deathstroke. So
while you're on this picture real quick, like the funny thing, like you could see the power and the reset button.
Oh yeah.
When I took the case apart to paint it, those like somehow managed to lose the actual power button. And so like I designed some and like those are actually 3D printed.
Oh really?
And after I got it built, I was outside cleaning up and I found the power button on the ground. I was like, oh screw it, I already got them printed now.
Yeah, it looks good. Matches with the orange on it. Yeah, that's pretty funny. You lost the power button.
You see in the front, like underneath the Intel part, like there's a piece that's actually 3D printed to like hold a small LED strip to light up the actual fan grill.
Oh yeah.
That I designed in the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it's so hard trying to get pictures of this thing, like with the lighting and like.
Oh yeah.
Like I still haven't gotten any good ones. Like man, product photography is just.
It's tough.
Difficult, yeah.
It's an art to get that lighting down, all that stuff, to have like the right lights and all that.
Like I could take good pictures outside or like with natural lighting because like I was a wedding photographer and that was like kind of my go-to. But
yeah,
man, product photography is just something new to me.
Well, especially when you throw RGB on it too. You know, like I always have to lower the brightness all the way down. You always think it's really low, but when you actually take a picture of it, it's blown out most of the time. So you got to really drop the brightness. And yeah, it takes a little bit of practicing when you're taking pictures of like RGB lighting. It's a little tough.
Exactly.
Yeah. Rodimus asks, TekRed, are you still in Georgia? No, he is in Japan right now.
Yeah. Been in Fukushima now for, I think, 7, going on 8 years.
Cool. All right. Any other things you want to talk about on Killstreak before we move on, Devin?
That's about it.
Yeah, it looks awesome, dude. Everything you do.
It.
All right. So another one. Deathstroke. This thing is amazing. This thing is pretty sweet too. Love Deathstroke. I remember when I wasn't too familiar with Deathstroke until my daughter, she's 7. Somehow, I don't know, she was, I don't know how it became, whatever. She was talking about Deathstroke and stuff. I'm like, who is Deathstroke? And then I saw it like, oh, black and orange. And I was like, oh man, I should do a Deathstroke build. But yeah, we wouldn't have been anywhere close to this build that you have, man. It's freaking awesome. Look at that thing.
Appreciate it.
Pretty sweet. So 3D printed swords and his mask face. And let's see here. So basically in the front, describe this build to me and what you were going after.
Like, okay, so like the outside of the case, I was just like those parts above and below the mask and everything is like kind of to mimic his armor.
Mm-hmm.
On his suits, like kind of like shoulder pads or whatever. But
yeah,
and I kind of wanted to make it like a mantelpiece kind of Deathstroke. Like let's say he got back from battle or something, and he like went there like hang up all his stuff. Like
yeah,
it would be like his chest, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And the swords, I couldn't find any online like 3D files that I like, so I actually designed those from scratch.
Nice. Does that take a lot of time, kind of 3D designing them by scratch?
It's a three-piece design, so I could
Yeah.
actually print it, like the sword, and then the black part above the like before between the handle and the actual blade, and
Yeah.
then the handle.
Oh,
It
nice.
took like a couple hours maybe.
That's not too bad. I suppose it kind of depends on how
Wasn't
proficient you are. There's probably a learning curve when you first dive into it. That's what I'm going to have to. When I get my first printer, I'm probably going to have to learn a little bit of all that, a little bit of learning curve. But sure, after a
and
while,
like
it's not too bad.
for the inside of the case, like it was the week before. Oh, it's a good, perfect picture for like talking about the inside of the case. But the week before the deadline for Case Mod World Series, like I got my shipment in from Bitspower, and like I had the C700 distro reservoir pump combo.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I requested, and like you can see like the top piece that I designed to kind of match that distro, like the
Yeah.
shape.
Isn't
I
it
was
kind of
gonna
the
have the
same?
distro. Yeah, I was gonna have the distro on the bottom, so it just kind of like centered everything, and I was gonna have the motherboard mounted more towards the center at like an angle, and I had a bunch of different ideas. Like I was gonna put it like on an actuator, and like so the motherboard would actually move and stuff. But
Oh, that's cool.
so they they were like, "Oh, sorry, forgot to tell you that it's unavailable." So like I had like a week to like completely redesign the whole interior of the build, but and like I had the cuboid. They sent me another XYZ pump reservoir combo, and I was like, man, it wouldn't look right in this case.
Yeah.
And so I had the cuboid uh, standalone reservoir, and then I had a D5 pump, and so I was like, I'll just try to use this, but it worked out because I always wanted to do a parallel loop,
Yeah.
and just like with the layout of the case, it just worked perfect to do the parallel loop, and I really wanted to try to make that stand out. So I like used the black tubing for everything,
Yeah.
except for the except for the GPU to CPU
Yeah.
tube.
I think that's a good call. That's clear tube with basically just orange coolant in there. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a good call because I think if you would have had black right there, it would have could have just blended in with the motherboard and all that stuff. You would hard to see. So I think having that pop is definitely an awesome call. It's a good, looks sweet.
So it worked. It worked out, I guess. Like I only had a week to like figure out
Like,
what I
come
was
on.
gonna do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. That's cool. So those are bullets or whatever in there, or shells of
Yeah,
some
like
sort.
if you like for
Grenade.
grenade launcher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Grenade.
if you look on like a lot of there's a bunch of different variations, I guess, of Deathstroke, but like on a few, like you'll see like the grenades,
Yeah.
and like those were meant for somewhere else, and but like because I had to pretty much rush to get this thing finished on deadline, like I didn't get to do what I originally planned. So, but I think it kind of looked cool there, like with the tubing, kind of makes them look like they're racked up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks awesome. Looks good. And then also, so it looks like you have some carbon fiber. You kind of wrapped that PSU shroud in carbon
Yeah,
fiber.
yeah, because like I noticed, there's a few variations that Deathstroke had carbon fiber, and I had originally planned to do carbon fiber on some parts as on the original idea I had, but I figured like since I had to change up the design, like kind of make this like his chest, I guess you would say,
Yeah.
so he can store his equipment and stuff. So I did that and all wrapped in carbon fiber.
Nice. Let's see if I got a picture of, I think the top, the PSU shroud is kind of like his armor or breastplate or something like that. That's kind of what you were saying, weren't you? I wonder if there's a good picture of that in there.
The what?
Like on top of the PSU.
Oh,
Or is there-
yeah, like you can kind of see
shroud
it
there.
right there. Like I
Yeah.
actually I printed the orange piece because like they're 3D printed, so like the top part actually inlays into the orange,
Yeah.
and that part was actually printed for the back panel,
Yeah.
and I was like, it fits almost perfect on top of the PSU shroud.
Yeah, it
Like,
looks
'cause
awesome.
I wasn't originally going to use a PSU shroud, but and so like I just redesigned another black piece to go into the orange piece. So I like did the Aorus logo in there
Mm-hmm.
and then wrapped it with carbon fiber as well.
Sweet. Corey says your parallel loops look very clean.
I appreciate it, Corey. He's got some of the cleanest builds.
Oh yeah, exactly. Let's see if Corey will jump on one of these streams so we can look at some of his builds.
Too many to choose from with that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, how do you? He does like one a week, doesn't he? Don't you, Corey? Like one a week. So maybe we could just have you on every week. Let's see. Yeah, that's awesome. So, did you use a real samurai sword and just distress the front of the case?
No, just
Yeah.
like, it was like I think my second time doing like an distress look, and I was trying different techniques, but like one of the techniques like I saw was just taking like a towel and then some silver craft paint,
Yeah.
and then like just smearing it on a piece of wood, just so you don't like get too much paint, and then just kind of like just quickly brush over.
Oh, so
whatever
that's
you
just
want
paint,
to
huh?
stress. Yeah.
Ah, nice.
I probably went a little overboard, but like I wanted to make it, look like he's been through some shit.
Oh yeah, he's definitely been through some shit. Yeah.
And like those fittings, like that's the first time I ever used those fittings from Bitspower. Like they kind of had like the industrial kind of look that I was going for, but man, I'm telling you, they're such a pain to try to tighten.
Oh, are they pain in the ass?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, I got like several packs extra.
Oh really?
But I don't know if I want to use them or not, because like man,
no.
like once they're on, like man, like I think I had to get like my soft grip pliers to like, loosen up some of them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Never used those.
So this build's actually going to Force HQ.
Oh, is it this one?
So like I feel pretty confident about it not leaking during shipping.
Oh, that thing's on there tight, huh?
So with this picture that you just pulled up, like I wrapped the back panel in carbon fiber, and then like, cause the side, the glass panel is glass, and like it's like a super shiny black. And so like when I was looking at it from the front, I was like, man, that just looks like shit, with like one side glossy black and the other side carbon fiber. So actually, if you look on the glass panel, like there's like a section that's just solid black, and so I just kind of use that as a guide. I don't know, you can probably see it in this picture where it's just solid black right there. So I just followed that line down and just wrapped the end portion in carbon fiber.
Nice. Do we have a picture of that with the glass? Maybe not. Maybe not.
It's like I like when you try to take picture with the glass on, man.
Oh yeah,
like
glare.
Such a glare. Like,
yeah.
Try not to do that.
Yeah. That's probably
That's
the only
such a huge case, man. Like,
I
was like a little. Yeah, I was overwhelmed when I first got it, because I was like, man, like so big. Like, what the hell do I do with this thing?
Other than probably live in it, or, like you said, it's meant to be his chest, so it's probably needed for all this stuff that he has.
It worked out great, like with the, like the feet and like the top rails, like how they're angled, kind of match the angle of the sword. Like that's where I kind of like decided I wanted to put the swords kind of at an angle.
Yeah.
And I matched that X pattern that the case gives.
Yeah.
And they make great handles, because this thing is heavy. Like the case empty is like, it's like probably the heaviest cases that I've ever worked with. So having handles on top makes it easy to move.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think I actually have a picture in here, and it's like was super hard to try to get a picture of. But like I actually put LEDs behind the mask too, and so like the openings where the swords come in and out, it just kind of gives like a nice little like backlighting on the swords.
Oh, the crash. What happened? Let's bring it back up here. Hold on a sec. All right. Did it crash? Let's see if I can get it back. Hold on a sec. Do. Let me see here. It crashed, so let me go ahead and readjust this here. Come on, pictures, pull together. So let's see here. Let me make sure resize it here and get it for you guys. Technical difficulties, please stand by. All right, cool. And I think we're back after it crashed here. Let me move it over a little bit. Cool. Sweet, dude. Yeah, this thing looks awesome. And then you take a lot of pictures. You said you use the natural light kind of outside to take your pictures. And these ones, do you have like this kitchen table? You try and get the correct lighting at the correct time?
I'm not seeing anything on Discord though, man.
Let me share it again. When it crashed, it probably hold on a sec.
Yeah. Not seeing what you're seeing.
Boom, you're gonna see it right now. How about now?
Okay, there we go.
Got it?
Yeah, that the picture that you got up now is just in my dining room on the kitchen table.
Trying to eat around this thing. Come on, Devin. You got your damn PC in the middle of it.
Luckily the kids gone to school and like the wife's at work, and so I got a few hours like to do what I want to with the kitchen table.
Nice.
It works out nice though, because like we got a lot of windows in the living room.
Nice.
That bring in some good natural lighting. So
yeah. Yeah, you're showing me one of the pictures where you have a sunlight too, which you probably have to shut because the sunlight would probably destroy your camera, your pictures.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like
the light
like
burns.
Like our living room, like it doesn't have a ceiling. Like it goes all the way up to the second floor, and like there's a huge window at the top, and like about noonish, like the sun just right in the window.
Oh really? Yeah.
It's terrible. And like all the other pictures that you saw with the black background, those are actually outside.
Oh yeah.
On our old kitchen table that we used to have before, like in our old apartment, we were actually using it as a coffee table, and then when the flood happened, we just took it outside and just left it there, and like it makes a good table to take pictures on, and that's like the side of my house for the background.
Yeah, I mean it looks good because I know the side of your house. We'll come back to this picture, but I know like you have that back, like that the back wall right there, the black. That's the side of your house. That actually that's a great backdrop. That's awesome.
I know. Like I don't know why I didn't think of it. Like it took me a year before I realized.
You're like, hey, this would be awesome. So here you can see you got lights on top and the bottom. So you got LED strips on top of the case, bottom of the case. Right. And then you also have I can see the glow a little bit. Here where you said you had it in the kind of the slots with the swords that go in and stuff.
And then there's another strip behind that armor, top right, like as you're.
Like, behind the armor.
Yeah, there's another strip right behind there. Yeah,
okay.
I just have like a piece of like a little L bracket thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a corner piece. I don't know what you call it, but it's just plastic, and so like the LED actually shines down.
Okay, cool. What kind of LED strips? Just like a Corsair, or like what kind of LED strips do you use for that?
I got some from Bitspower.
Bitspower, just their normal LED strips that you cut to length, or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean they're
meant to be inside PC.
They're like 30. Yeah, they're like 30 centimeters or something, but you can cut them. Yeah.
Cool.
And then like I actually have some AliExpress. Actually, I purchased like some the slim 4mm argb strips.
Okay.
So you can, it just comes like a 5-meter roll, and you can cut those down to however long you need them.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, it looks awesome, dude. Yeah, Corey says when we were talking about how many builds he has, he says, haha, yeah, 1 a week, probably 2 all-out builds a year. Yeah, he's got some amazing builds he does. And Aorus, thanks, buddy Opel. I'm a big fan of you too, Aorus, and also a big fan of Corey and TekRed Mods. And Rhodes PC, Derek is in there too. And it looks like we have Voltron Rob in there too. What's up, guys? Derek says, yeah, Rhodes PC. Derek said, Deathstroke turned out sweet, man. The acrylic panels look really good as well. And what up, Rob? He is sending love from the Voltron PC. He made a pretty cool Voltron build, like a Voltron castle and stuff like that. Put a PC in it. That's pretty sweet.
That was pretty awesome. I saw that as well when it was posted on builds.gg.
Yeah, did a pretty good job.
It brought back some memories for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Got some sweet nostalgia. All right.
But like everything was like perfectly executed on that build though. Like the inside, like all the details on like the M.2 drives. And
yeah, different colors and stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing PC.
Cool. All right, guys. Any questions about Deathstroke? Let me know before we move on to Infinite. Or Devin, do you want to say anything else about Deathstroke? Anything particular about how amazing this build was?
Not really. Just ready to get this thing shipped off to Taiwan because it's taking up way too much space.
Yeah, I can see it in the back. Yeah, it's definitely taking up a lot of room. You're gonna have to have a big crate and probably have it. Yeah, that thing's he's a monster. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's move on then. I don't think there's any questions about Deathstroke. Good job on that one. So the final build that we're going to be looking at here is Project Infinite, which is basically Halo. So this is an awesome job too. You definitely captured the Halo feel with this too. I love it. UNSC, I see the UNSC right up here too. That's awesome.
All right.
You excited for Halo 5 coming out?
Not like I don't really have too much time to game anymore, man.
Tell me about it. Wish I did.
I used to, but now like a lot of people when I posted this, like, why are you doing a PC themed after a console game? But like I guess they didn't like realize like the Master Chief Edition was released for PC.
Yeah.
And so like that's kind of why I did that with the Master Chief kind of thing.
Nice. Doesn't your son? He had this that he was gaming on, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Nice.
I actually updated a few things on it. Like if you notice, like all the black screws and hardware, like holding the panels on, like I updated those to gold washers.
Oh,
like
okay.
Gold countersink washers.
Yeah.
And so like I took it down like to work on that and like try to get some new photos. But I don't know. He's been wanting to get in there. He's been doing a little bit of PC gaming, but mostly on a Switch.
Yeah. Because I can imagine, like, would you say he was 10 or how old?
Yeah, he's 10.
Can imagine at 10 years old, he's like rocking that computer. All his friends are probably jealous, or you know, at age 10, that's crazy.
Oh, he's got a better setup than I do. So, I mean, like,
yeah, that's pretty sweet. So it looks like, yeah. So walk us through this build a little bit. So when was this one? When did you build this one?
Bitspower actually asked me to do a build for Computex 2020, and so like I was working on this one, and like right when I was getting it finished, you know, like Corona and all that happened. So like unfortunately, it wasn't able to go to Computex, but you know, I still finished the build anyway. But as I mentioned earlier, Soren actually helped me a lot with this build, getting the actual case 3D modeled so we can actually start designing parts for it.
Nice.
And I cut a lot of the case. It's kind of hard to tell, but I did cut a lot of the case out. Top panel, make it more open. The bottom part, if you look, like I kind of tried to mimic that as the sword, like the right above the PSU, like the part that comes into the back. You know, the energy sword, like the kind of shape of it. So like I used part of the
here
case that I cut out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used part of the case that I cut out, just attached above it to kind of give it the shape.
Nice. That's awesome.
And then like the front panel, I actually cut it out. And then if you look at the part where the Bitspower logo is on, like the part that I actually cut out, I flipped it and attached it back to the front panel. you know, just to kind of give it like
Oh yeah.
some layers and depth to it.
Oh yeah.
And then I needed something to kind of secure that top part and the bottom part to kind of give the front panel stability. So I just thought about like using some tubes with like
Yeah.
some 3D printed tube covers. Those are actually not part of the water loop, but it's just basically there to give stability to the front panel.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then if
This
you look
part
on the
right in
top
here you're
panel,
talking about, right in there.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
And if you look at the top panel, the part in the front with the 117,
Yep.
that actually hides one of the mounting screws, so it's attached with Velcro. So
Oh,
you can
is it?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, so you can like take it off and like take the panel off. But those are actually designed off the like actual Master Chief chest armor.
Oh yeah.
If you look at the Master Chief armor on his chest, like it's like almost an exact replica.
Nice. Excellent job. Let's go through. I
You
forgot.
know,
Go ahead.
yeah, and the top panel I also like kind of raised it up, gave it more of a steeper angle, and so I had to like 3D design those little brackets, which was a pain because like the angles and everything, like the black frame and the top panel is actually like a different angle.
So let's go through the specs on this one. I forgot Deathstroke or Project Slade, but let's see. Your Project Infinite is Antec Torque case, and
Yes.
then the ASRock X570 Taichi, Ryzen 9 3900X, the Galax RTX 2070 Super, WTF, and then Teamgroup Xtreme ARGB 32 gig RAM, 3200 megahertz, and then a Teamgroup Delta Max 500 gig SSD, and then some Bitspower cool in there.
Like a lot of these builds, they're just for show, so like that's why like the storage capacity isn't really
Yeah.
great.
No,
Yeah, so.
just need something in there. Just throw an OS on or whatever. Cool, dude. And did you, let's see here once, walk me through. So it looks like you have, do you 3D, I even like the little addition here. It says remove before flight. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I wanted it to kind of like say you like mix a spaceship and
Yeah.
Master Chief armor, like kind of blended those. Like that's kind of the look I was going for.
Nice.
And so like if you look like the way the GPU's mounted, it's supposed to like kind of mimic thrusters on a spaceship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that I think it was pretty sweet. That's a perfect place for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it done before. And I think it turned out pretty sweet.
Oh no, it definitely turned out pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. GPU mounted like that there. Nice.
And since I mounted the GPU like that, like it opened up all that space.
Oh yeah.
Because
you 3D printed.
GPU, yeah.
You 3D printed that.
I did, and the GPU is like the work the frames edition, so
Yep,
there's
work the
like
frames.
no water block for it.
Oh, okay.
And so
Really rare.
yeah, it's like super hard to find. Like you can't even find them all. I don't even know how you would actually be able to purchase one. And like I think Galax is only for like the Asian region too. It's like you can't even get Galax in the States.
No.
And so it opened up all that space. And like since I wasn't actually doing like a GPU loop, like I needed something there. So like I kind of like I thought of the idea like making it look like a fuse cell or a fuel cell coming
Yeah.
off of the distro.
Yeah.
Like I had a like a small reservoir that I had laying around, so I was like, oh, I wonder how this would look. So I like put it up there. I was like, oh, that'd be cool if like I had some 3D printed cover on it.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty awesome. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you definitely have an artistic mind. It's pretty sweet. That's why I like a lot of these builds, a lot of these mods here, because people that can see, kind of like envision like what I want and try to make it happen, and just kind of the whole process of what you're actually thinking about as you're building it. And that's definitely a great addition. Something it takes a real artistic mind.
Definitely got to give a shout out to Soren on this build though, because like I gave him all my ideas, like exactly how I wanted to do stuff, and like I was at the kind of the beginning stage of learning Fusion, so like had no idea like how to do any of the stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of do now, but yeah, he helped me out with a lot of the parts.
Nice. Yeah, I think it looks pretty sweet. The red glow.
Yeah,
Looks nice.
it looks so much better in person. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's so hard to get good photos of it.
Excellent
Yeah,
job.
this one was actually featured in Xtreme
Oh, yeah.
PC magazine for the cover as well.
Nice.
And Killstreak will be going, hopefully if I can get this questionnaire done, it'll be going in the March edition.
Sweet. Look forward to reading that. Yeah, that looks awesome right there with the red lights. Kind of look like
Yeah,
it's pretty
like
sweet.
in person, it looks like this card too. Like you can't really tell, but the back plate on the card is like this galaxy scene,
Yeah.
and when it's off, you can't see like the actual Galax name or
Yeah.
like these stars. But then whenever you turn the PC on, the back plate actually illuminates and like these stars like magically appear and like the Galax name is in the middle.
Oh,
And I
that's cool.
thought since Halo's kind of like base for space and stuff, like it was like the perfect card to use for this build.
That's awesome. And then it looks like you got the same fan covers. Did you use the same fan covers as you did the Deathstroke?
Different ones, yeah. As Deathstroke, I didn't use any, but like the Killstreak build.
Oh,
yeah.
Killstreak, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Killstreak.
I used a different design. Like those. I was thinking about using those as well, but I kind of wanted to change it up.
A little different, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
That I posted this. I like listed this to like sell it, but my wife got mad at me. It's like, no, you can't sell it. Like it's one of her favorites.
Yeah, Halo's one of my favorite games. I remember back in college. What was it? I don't know, when Halo came out. That probably tells how old I am. I got old balls. Halo 1 came out, Xbox, and man, that game was so fun. We used to have like a 27-inch TV or something. I think it was 27 or 32. But anyways, back in like 2000, that was a pretty big TV back in the day. Like, you got a 27 or 32-inch? Wow. And then so you had 4 players. Blood Gulch, I remember. 4 players, and then 2 versus 2, and we'd have to put a pizza box down the middle, tape a pizza box down the middle of the TV, so we'd have one team on the right and one team on the left, because we got so good, we know exactly, we look at the other person's screen and know exactly where they're at to go kill them, so we'd have to put a pizza box. I just remember people coming over, and then we'd be gaming Halo or whatever, and they'd see a giant, or like just like a pizza box, cardboard box sticking straight out. We'd cut off like the top, tape it, and so they'd have a pizza box that goes straight out, perpendicular from the TV. It was pretty funny. You're like, what are you doing? You guys are nerds. Like, yeah.
We pretty much did the same thing, except we taped a sheet, and like the bottom 2 like had the sheet draped over them.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so like the top 2 players, like we were sitting on the sofa, and the bottom 2 were like had the
under a
sheet.
That's pretty funny. So you did like a top and then a bottom versus a bottom, and then you put a sheet in the middle.
Right.
That's pretty awesome. See what we had to deal with back in the long ago. Oh, Grandpa,
Right.
tell us about the long ago.
Yeah, but
You're
it was
so
it was
old.
fun. It was definitely good times.
God, I miss those days, man. That was so fun.
Just getting a couple large pizzas and like
Oh, yeah.
not leaving the house like for days on end.
Exactly. Just playing some Halo.
Couple 2 liters Coke and some pizza.
Yep. Well, good
But
job, man. This thing is awesome.
It was definitely like one of my all-time favorite games.
Yeah.
Growing up, so like, and I saw the case and I was like, oh, I definitely want to do, a Halo theme with it.
Yeah.
Like, it just has the feel. Like I see a lot of people doing Gundam and stuff, which it's pretty nice, but I wanted to do something different, and I have yet, like, nobody's done a Halo theme on a PC because like it was always a console game. But
Yeah.
then I was doing my research, and like Master Chief Collection came out for PC, and I was like, oh, it's a perfect opportunity. And like sitting here beside me, you can't see in the screen yet, but like you can see I got another Halo
Oh, yeah.
that I'm doing here pretty soon.
Nice. Another Halo theme?
No, or I said another
Torque.
Halo, huh?
Halo, you mean
Another
Torque?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got another Torque there waiting for. Waiting for the
Xtreme
next
Torque,
build. Yeah.
I think is what I'm gonna call it.
Xtreme Torque.
Yeah, because like all the products I'm gonna be using is Rogue Xtreme.
Okay. Nice.
It's the Xtreme version, and you know, Torque is the name of the case, and
Yep.
also the name of the fittings, because EKWB stepped up
Torque.
to support this project.
Nice.
So I'm using all their quantum torque fittings. So like, worked out perfect.
So what are you gonna do with that then? Do you have a idea in mind of what you're gonna do for that build?
It's gonna be like all white theme with like some purple accents. Because I have yet to use. I use a lot of orange, obviously, and like I've used red and I've used green and I've used blue. So I want to do something different. And like I've yet to use purple.
White and
So
purple.
it's gonna be white and purple.
It's gonna be awesome.
So like hopefully like all the hardware pop out, and I'm planning on wrapping some stuff in carbon fiber and like maybe adding some carbon fiber accents here and there.
Nice, dude. That's gonna be sweet. I
Like,
can't wait to see that one.
White and carbon fiber just look so good together.
Oh, dude, man, that's gonna look awesome. I can't wait. Sweet. And that one's sponsored by what? Is that one sponsored by Rogue, you said, or EK? It's also sponsored.
Not by Aces, but it's by Antec and EK on this one. So.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Do you got a deadline for that one?
As soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be going to California when it's done, but like, yeah, I plan on. You can see like all my masking tape on the front here. Like I'm going to be cutting out the front panel, and then the part that I'm going to add a frosted acrylic, but then I'm going to take the part that I actually cut out and like do some designs and like actually attach back to the acrylic. So like when the front RGB fans are on, it'll light up the acrylic in that design that it makes into the front panels.
Oh man, that's gonna be sweet.
I don't know, a lot of cool ideas. Hopefully it works out the way I want. But
you got an image in your brain and see if you can, make it happen.
That's usually how it is.
Yeah, that's kind of what I usually do, and it's nice to actually have it come alive, or whatever. Actually, have that image in your brain, and you can actually get it done. Because I know some of the setups I've done too, like I have pictured what I want to do, and then it actually happens as I pictured. Really satisfying, yeah.
And sometimes it turns out even better than you imagined. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I really wish I had the skill that Soren has, though, because like I don't know if you've seen his latest post.
Yeah.
But, like he's doing an Antec Torque, but like just being able to like take your idea in your head and make this render, like I can change colors on a render and I can do a few things, but like man, like he completes the build. Like he does the tubing runs and everything in 3D.
Yeah.
And it's just insane.
Yeah.
To be able to see the build in 3D.
Yeah.
Before you actually do it.
That's awesome. I think let's see here. Next week, is it next week? I think we're gonna have Fabio on from Tech4 Gaming.
Okay.
He did. Come on, what am I blanking out? His latest build or whatever. I forgot what his latest build was. But anyways, he was talking about like his design process that he does the 3D render and plans everything out, and he wanted to kind of go in depth about how he was planning the build and how he actually puts that in the 3D render and stuff, and how what his 3D render versus the finished product, and how like a lot of it he gets not criticized, but they're like, this is this doesn't even look real, it's a 3D render, and he's like, no, it's actual the real build.
Some of these people, man.
I know, man. It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Like I am not that in depth with Fusion 360 yet to be able to do something like that.
Soon, someday. Well,
yeah, years, not days. But
yeah, they'll probably drop everything. But no, dude, you're killing it with the build. So keep it up. I look forward to all your future builds. And what other builds you got coming up? Do you have that one planned? That one that you were kind of showing us about, sponsored by Antec and EK, the purple and white, and then with carbon fiber. And then you said you wanted to do what other ones you got planned, and what can we look forward to?
I don't know if you can see it. Like it's like kind of peeking in through the Halo build, but like the AHT200 from Thermaltake. I recently posted a build for that. Like I was just testing everything. But I'm gonna be stripping it down and doing a Desert Storm theme.
Oh yeah, that'll look sweet.
Like I've been doing a project for them and it's gonna be pretty interesting too, because like it's an ITX chassis, and like a lot of people's complaining because it doesn't have top mount radiator support and
Okay.
only a 240 in the front. But I'm actually going to be doing two 240s, one in the front and the top. So I'm going to be cutting out the panel and like having the fans come out the top panel with like fan covers, and then I'm going to be 3D printing some covers on the side to kind of like overlap those fan covers to kind of try to make it look like an engine kind of.
Yeah, that looks sweet.
And then I have another project that I have in mind with Inwin in the Inwin Young build that I did for Tokyo Game Show, like the crazy Young chassis that.
Oh yeah.
I had to explain that, but it's just like that 3D printed chassis.
Yeah, that's a crazy chassis.
So I want to do a cyberpunk theme building that as well. So I'm gonna like be 3D printing a lot of like mechanical pieces and like brackets that actually like interlock the two halves, because it's like a 2-piece chassis. And then I'm gonna be, I'm gonna use ASRock for that as well. I got the B550 motherboard from them, and like the bronze on the motherboard like kind of fits that the Cyberpunk 2077 cover that you see, like with the jacket and the yellow and the blues.
Yeah.
So I think it'll fit that theme pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. So that'll look pretty sweet.
The case overall though, like, I think it just kind of has like a mechanical look to it.
Yeah.
So.
And then you're gonna throw some boobs on that one, right? Just like Cyberpunk.
They come a long way since the Tomb Raider days.
Yeah. Cyberpunk, yeah, everything looks so real.
That's like I was impressed.
Yeah.
And like whenever you're like creating your little avatar, man, you can adjust everything. Like I did a male avatar and a female avatar, and I was like, wow, what is this?
I know. Yeah, exactly. You can you can have you're just basically editing everything, basically. It's pretty funny.
Why would they have the option to do small anything? Like I was like big.
Well, living vicarious through the video game, I see, Devin, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there's even things that don't even matter, like circumcised and uncircumcised. You're like,
right?
Why?
But
still,
it's research. The game I'm playing is research for the build, so
yeah,
that's how I get it.
It's research. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
A little behind on the time, like the whole, Cyberpunk 2077 like hype is gone, but that's whatever.
Oh, it's still gonna look good, yeah. So regardless, I mean, just make it. I just love, like the Cyberpunk back here. Just the colors are cool, yellow and kind of like a blue teal or whatever. It looked pretty sweet.
Yeah. And then you got the Mad Catz Rad 8 Plus.
Oh yeah,
mouse.
Yep.
Same mouse I got too. I was like, oh dude, I should totally like mod my mouse.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty fun. I took it apart, spray painted, kind of roughed it up and stuff like that. So yeah, it was pretty fun modding that mouse. And I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes like you get these perfectly, like some of these cases, and like kind of like that. Well, actually, that case, my buddy fucking Hammersticks actually modded the case and then sent it to me, and then I did everything in there. But kind of like, if everything's like pristine and nice and glossy and perfect and stuff, it's hard to rough those things up. I was taking a sandpaper to it, and I'm like, oh.
Just like sitting there looking at it, you're like, should I do this? And that first touch, you're like, oh, well, there's no turning back now. So like, you just got to commit.
Yep, you got to commit. We're going in.
Yeah. I was like that Cooler Master case, the Torque case, they just look so good.
Yeah.
Like why touch them? But then once you do what you do, and you're like, oh, that turned out good.
Yeah.
So like,
worth it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mouse is pretty tight. Really makes me want to mod my mouse.
Do it. You have to. If it's Cyberpunk, man, you got to beat it up.
Then you got the chair to match too. I'm like, man, I got to step up my game.
Well, yeah, I just did a whole setup though, so I had to buy the chair because Secret Lab. I love Secret Lab. They so I had a black one, the Titan, whatever, and then they came out. I had planned the Cyberpunk for like a year, 9 or 10 months or whatever, and so then they came out with a chair, and I was like, should I get it? Should I, drop the money on it? It's kind of just like a theme chair. It's like, what do I use it for? And since I build setups all the time, like theme setups, this, dropping $400 or $500 on a standalone Cyberpunk, I can't really use it in all their setups and all that stuff.
Right.
But I did it anyways, so I was like, you know what? It's one of those things where I just have a whole lot of these, and then when the beer's empty, you're buying things that you probably shouldn't be. But that was worth it. No, this chair's pretty sweet. And so what I did, my black one, I swapped it kind of out, whatever. So I'll just sit in this Cyberpunk one, and the black one could pretty much go with any setup. So
Got the Thermaltake chair.
oh yeah,
Nothing.
nice. Yeah, you're gonna get in the keyboard industry here pretty soon. You're gonna start making some keybs. You're gonna join the club.
Definitely. I've been doing my research and like a little overwhelmed actually. I mean, like I knew they were expensive, but Jesus, like there's some keyboards out there. It's just like I don't know the guy's name, but like he's like a streamer or something. $3,500 on just a keyboard. Like, dude, you could like buy a new
Taichi types.
Buy a new PC for that.
Oh, dude, man, yeah. Well, that guy's like, top of his game. I mean, but yeah, dropping $3,500 on some of this stuff. Yeah, it's easy. You can drop $1,000 easy on some custom keyboards. It's ridiculous. By the time you actually buy the keyboard, and then you got the keycaps, and you got artisan, keycaps if you want, and then you got, the cables. It's ridiculous. It's another money pit. If you don't. So those who are already broke, don't get into the keyboard game. It's another rabbit hole, expensive rabbit hole.
I was like, Jesus, like there's so many things you can do, like foam insert some like the PCB or something, so you don't have like a hollow sound when your keys fret like it.
Well, and then
non-loop switches, stabilizers. I'm like, oh my god,
it's confusing. When I first jumped into it too, I was like, what in the world? Yeah, even all the different switches and how they feel. You got the clicky. You got the linear, tactile, what do I like? What do I like? I don't know. Let's try some of these, and let's try linear, try tactile, and stuff like that. And like everything is different, and then you got to lube them, and that takes, that's a tedious work to try and pop open all the switches and lube them and stuff like that. But I do say, like taking the time. So what I did is I got this keyboard right here. I did the other one back there, and then I got another. I think I got the Think 6.5 version 2 coming. But I think, like I get a couple end game keyboards, and then I'm pretty much done. There are people that buy a lot of keyboards and drop thousands of dollars on a lot of keyboards, but I already have a lot of expensive hobbies, especially building whole setups, and I want to get more into PC modding. So I'll buy a couple end game keyboards, have fun with that, and then I just need to kind of refrain with some of these things that come up. It's like, be strong.
A lot of people mentioned though, like once you actually use like one of those custom keyboards, like it's just a completely different feeling.
It is nice.
I use a lot of the Cherry MX switch keyboards, like mechanicals, but like I don't know, they just kind of have like a plasticky feel to them.
They do, yeah. And like the gamer keyboards, like Razer and stuff like that, But yeah, when you build your own, lube your own switches, like, you have the switch, you lube them, and you have nice GMK keycaps that are, double shot. They're nice and thick. You can feel the quality, and it is nice. I mean, I agree. There is something to say, when making your own keyboard, it is fun, and, you can definitely see the quality.
And, I've been using the full keyboards for a while with like the number pads and all that, and like it's just a waste of space. It's like it's getting in the way of the mouse. Like I never use the number pad, so like I definitely want to go down to probably like a 65 or something.
Yeah, that's what this one is, 10 keyless. There's 65. Just got the arrow because I got a 60%, but then I missed my arrow keys, so I had to get a 65 inch at least that has arrow keys. Cool. All right. Well, sounds good. Looks like James Turley said you should make a dragon. So is there any plans to make a dragon case? There you go.
Actually, I can't remember the guy's name, but I think he's a Filipino modder, and like he actually just did a dragon, like a full on scratch build dragon for Cool Master World Series. So like if you look through some of the entries, like go to Facebook or something, and like go to like to the search bar and like search CMWS or Cooler Master, CMWS 20 like finals.
Yeah.
And like it'll like pull up all the hashtags for that, and like you'll see all the different entries, and like this guy like complete scratch build like this huge dragon, like things like 10 feet long or something.
Oh really?
I don't know. Yeah, like it's insane.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta see that.
Definitely not going to be doing nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm more of a case modder. Like, give me a case, like I'll do some stuff. But like, man, scratch builds is just a whole nother ball game.
Oh yeah. Yep. And VC, what up, VC? He said, good day, Sir Ryan at TekRed Mods. Just woke up, saw the notification. He also said, saw my Black Panther setup featured on Designs by IFR Facebook page. Yeah, I saw that too. And he was actually in chat here. I don't know if he's still on the line, Corey. Actually joined the stream, which is awesome. And I appreciate him sharing one of the many videos I watch of his. He mentioned people submitting, so I thought I'd submit the Black Panther and the Cyberpunk and stuff. And I appreciate it. It's awesome. He shares the love with the small content or small creators. It's hard to get traction going.
I actually worked for a long time, and
yeah,
he's a good guy. And I saw that Black Panther build. It was very nice.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was fun. I appreciate him sharing, because that's pretty sweet when a bigger creator, especially like Corey, like he does some amazing builds, shares your work and actually praises it. So love you, Corey.
We actually hung out a lot in Taiwan in 2019. I like had an hour-long taxi ride together, going to actual text from the hotel.
Nice.
And like it was him and his wife, and like dudes, like most of like the big YouTube modders that you see, like they're down to earth people, like just like me and you, and like you just got this big image of them, like, because I followed him and Stuart and Jesse and all them for a long time. Yeah. And to actually be able to finally meet them in person in Taiwan, it was pretty amazing. But yeah, awesome. They're just down to earth people.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Pretty humble,
That's kind of why I wanted to do these streams, because you guys do amazing work, and then so I try to use my platform. I'm not very large on YouTube and stuff, but at least I have I want to jump on a stream, and basically because I see all these amazing builds, Rhodes PC, there's so many other people, but you just don't have time for social media, or let alone YouTube or anything like that. And it just, the word just doesn't, if you're not in already kind of the PC modding, your work, you throw it out to your social media, but then, you don't have you don't have a following, because you're at the mercy of their algorithm, because they're like, oh, if you don't post at least 2 or 3 posts a week, then the algorithm shows that you're not active, but you're working on these beautiful builds. And then when you do post them, you probably haven't posted anything for weeks. And so you don't get the traction, and you don't get you don't get people need to see this stuff. And so that's why I love chatting with you guys and seeing if I could, get the word out, because the PC modding world, the community is an awesome community. You guys have been great, and you guys do amazing work. And so try and give you guys shout outs as much as you can, because you deserve it.
We don't have time to like
post
a picture every day. We're busy, but like, I feel like, I've been in this for several years now, but like I still don't feel like I'm on the same level as some of the more OG modders, I guess you would say, out there.
No, you're doing great, man. Keep it up. And just kind of like with everyone, the more you do it, even the OG modders, they're probably learning something every once in a while. They're still getting better. But yeah, so and it's one of the things too. We can just keep doing it till we get old, until I'm in my wheelchair and I can't get out, and but I'll keep building PCs, and until I can't. Basically, that's what's kind of fun about it.
Separated, from the Marine, so like sometimes it's hard to actually work because of some of my injuries.
Oh yeah.
To sit in my in my chair and just like kind of work on PCs, man. Like it definitely takes the stress off of that.
Yeah, it's fun, especially when you can visualize something and you want to have this project that you want to build, this PC that you want to build, and then actually have it come to life. Like some of these things are awesome.
I just wish it made money.
Yeah, that's why you gotta. What's that? Go ahead.
Yeah, people think like we do this for a living, but no. Like there's no money in this. I mean, yeah, like I've been able to sell a few builds, but like you can't make them living off of this.
No, yeah.
Like, again.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you did doing awesome.
It's just a hobby.
Oh yeah. But you're doing good. It's awesome. That's why I like learning from you guys, and hopefully someday I'll be on the same level.
Yeah, you're doing great, man.
Thanks, bud. Still got a lot to learn. What's that?
You got to get that 3D printer.
Yeah, I think that's one of the first steps. Yeah, 3D printer. Probably get a vinyl cutter. Those are fairly cheap. I can probably use those as stencils and stuff like that. So get a little bit more involved.
I hardly ever, like in that picture that you just had, I did like the cover up those the fan stickers.
Yeah.
Because like they look like crap, and so like I just use that to actually make the carbon fiber, and then I use like a silver. So that's like the only time I ever actually use the actual vinyl. Just for stuff like that. The rest of the time I just use it as a stencil.
Yeah.
For paint.
Yeah. That's rather than because they're cheap, couple $100. Get a vinyl cutter, use them like a stencil like that, and then. But yeah, they're pretty cheap. Cool. All right, man. Yeah, Rodimus goes. He wants a CNC machine. God, that would be sweet.
Oh man, CNC and a laser, no.
Yeah.
But then again, like there's like more programs that you'd have to learn.
Yeah.
To be able to use them. Like I'm just now getting okay with like 3D design for the 3D printer. I can do basic stuff, so.
Yeah.
And like being able to like CNC, man, is just Alex Banks from BitTech. That guy is just.
Oh yeah.
Insane when it comes to.
Oh man, his latest build.
See, oh yeah.
I think it was crazy.
Like everything, like people don't realize like the amount of work that he's put into that stuff. I mean, I didn't really understand the whole design of the case, like the shape, but like if you just look at like the craftsmanship and like everything he did, like it blows my mind.
Yeah, looks
like,
beautiful.
Something like that.
Yeah, did an excellent job. So yeah, Rodimus also said when he gets when I get my complete setup done, I'm going to share my pics with you. Yeah, definitely do that, Rodimus. Definitely like to see some sweet setups. Cool. All right, guys. We're going on an hour and 17 minutes, so we'll wrap it up here soon. So let me know if you have any other questions for Devin here with TekRed Mods. Taking a look at 3 of his sweet builds, and he's got a lot more. These are just some of the recent ones. We'll probably circle around and see some of his other builds, and also when you start completing some more stuff, definitely have you on again and take a look at your latest build.
Appreciate it.
And then Rodimus says, NSYS took over 600 hours of build time. Exactly. Isn't that crazy? Like some of that stuff? Yeah, NSYS took over 600 hours of build time. 600 hours.
Like sometimes, like when we list some of the mods up for sale, like the price is like, people are like, oh, why is it so expensive? They don't realize like all the time that people do behind the scenes, not just putting a PC together, but like all the time spent designing, printing, being like,
exactly.
Probably those 600 hours, like 550 of them was just designed in CNC.
Yeah, just planning and designing. Yeah, exactly. CNC, because I mean, there's a lot of time in all that stuff. You don't have like 4 printers laying around all printing different parts.
And like you go like to any kind of the business that does like any kind of design work, they're not gonna like make a design for you for free. They don't work for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Like why should Alex or like anybody else that does builds like that, like if you want to build like this, like you're gonna have to pay like way more than just the hardware value.
Yeah, it'd be expensive. But sweet, dude. I don't think we have any other questions, so it was great having you on, Devin. You were a great guy to talk to, and definitely love our friendship going forward. And look forward to all your future builds. We'll definitely have you on again when you get some more of those sweet builds completed. Actually, even some of your older ones, too. You definitely do some excellent work, so look forward to seeing what else you have. Sweet.
Definitely be keeping in touch, talking about cyberpunk tits and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. What else is there to talk about, right? That's all everyone should be talking about. That's pretty funny. All right, cool. All right, guys. Thanks to all who stopped by the stream and sat with us for an hour and 20 minutes. You guys are awesome. Let's keep growing this thing. Let's get the shout out to the PC modding world. It's definitely a good group of people, and I look forward to hopefully I can do some of these streams maybe like once a week. That'd be pretty sweet. I'm also doing like a Dream Gaming setups stream too, where we took a look at setups, and I'll probably start switching these streams to Twitch, just so you who are on the line right now and stayed with us to the end, just because Twitch kind of has a better platform than YouTube. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably take these live streams, the whole video, also upload it to YouTube, and then also probably I'm thinking about doing a recap video of each live stream for the people who don't actually want to sit through an hour and 20 minutes. You know, I could probably do like a little recap of kind of the builds that we talked about during the live stream and some of the bullet points and stuff like that and how we actually did it and all that stuff. So kind of like a summary vid. I think that would be kind of cool. People might want to see that and only have 10, 20 minutes to sit through on YouTube. So we'll see. A lot more to come. We'll see where it goes from here. So it's pretty sweet. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. I think I don't think we have anything else going on, but cool. All right. So thank you guys for joining us, and stay tuned. I think next one we have, I think, is actually next Saturday. Is, like I said, Fabio with Tech4 Gaming. And I believe he's got a 8-hour time difference or something like that too. I think that one's actually going to be a morning one. I think that one's like 9 a.m. and I think it's going to be 5 p.m. his time. So some of these ones where you have a pretty big time zone difference, I'll do it on the weekends. So I think the next one is coming Saturday at 9 a.m. to monitor or TV near you. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping in, and thanks Rodimus for just following me on Twitch. I think that's where all these streams are going to end up, on Twitch, the live streams, and then I'll probably record, or I'll probably post it on YouTube after the fact with maybe a recap vid. So cool. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Devin. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right.